There we go. Ladies, if you get to keep your Instagram or TikTok, then your guy gets to keep his dating apps profiles. Hashtag equality. Do you guys agree? Is this a fair trade-off? You get to keep your Instagram. He gets to stay on the dating apps. Is it fair? Going around the table, starting with you. Definitely not.
You're trying to date. You already have like the best thing there is, so.
Okay.
But you already have the best thing, so why do you need attention on social media?
I don't.
No, but I'm saying in the hypothetical world that we're in right now. If you're already dating somebody, why would you need to be getting this attention on social media?
You don't at all.
So why can't he keep his apps then?
Why does he want attention?
Why do you want attention?
How about we both just give each other attention,
and not have any of the apps?
Yeah.
Fantastic. You agree then?
You know what I think would actually be kind of a fair sort of fair trade-off, but still not even really, or maybe it's fair. So, the men, they get to keep their dating apps. They can't send a message, though. They can't respond, but they can keep their profile active on the dating app. I think that's actually a really kind of close to a one-to-one comparison of women keeping their Instagram.
Are they going on the dating app?
Go ahead, Yaya.
I was just saying, like, a lot of people just post like pictures of the ocean, or like not everybody's just.
Well, we need to pull up Yael's Instagram. Should we
private.
Pull up? Wait, it's private?
Mm-hmm.
It is?
Yeah. It wasn't before.
Wait, is it really?
I think so. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, in any case, I think the difference is, though, and I think what the super chatter is trying to get at is that, so men and women, we flirt very differently. So, for example, a guy will approach you at a bar or club. He'll approach 10 women in a night. If you guys go to a bar or a club, you're not going to go at approach 10 dudes. You'll go to the bar. Perhaps you'll put yourself in a kind of a position to be approached. You'll go there, dressed really nice, looking sexy, whatever, and maybe you'll make eye contact with a guy. That's the extent of it, in the hopes of eliciting them to come talk to you. So when you go out to the bars, your intention is not, I'm going to go approach men. Your intention is, whether conscious or unconscious, I'm going to make myself available for men to come talk to me. And similarly, when it comes to Instagram, you're not going to you might occasionally slide into a DM here or there, like an A-list celebrity. You'll shoot your shot with the top tier dudes, whereas guys will shoot their shot with anything. You'll post a revealing photo. Oh, I hope a guy or some guys or this particular guy notices me, reacts to this. This elicits him to then contact me, or men in general to contact you. So going back to how men and women flirt very differently, when men enter into a relationship with any of you guys, there's an expectation on his part, okay, the way that you flirt as a man, you need to stop that once we're in a relationship. So the way men flirt, we take initiative, we approach you, we'll slide into the DMs, etc. There's an expectation that stops and ceases when we're in a relationship. But the ways in which that you conduct yourself when you're single doesn't cease once you're in a relationship. It continues when you're in a relationship. You continue going to bars, you continue going to parties, and you continue making yourself available on social media platforms. You continue posting photos, oftentimes revealing photos, on social media. And this is the way that you flirt online.
That's a very good point.
Yeah. So there's an expectation on men. It's a very one-directional expectation. We have to stop the way we flirt, but you guys, even in a relationship, even in a marriage, you don't have to stop the ways that you make yourselves available to men. And it's very unfair. And so the soup chat that came in, the Streamlabs donation, I agree with equality. Maybe Jake does too.
Yep.
If we got to stop approaching women, you guys have to stop making yourselves available in single environments or on social media. You can still have an Instagram. Maybe you could private it. Maybe you stop posting kind of more revealing photos. But definitely no bars, clubs, parties. That's got to be a deal breaker for men.
Can you go together?
Well, I suppose you could, but I advise against it. But then again, I'm kind of more of a homebody. But I don't go to bars or clubs. So I wouldn't even want to date a girl who's inclined to do that even when she's single. Because that would be such a mismatch of is it a hobby to go to a bar? I don't know if
Just
it's a
maybe
mismatch
how
of
you spend your
hobby.
free time.
What's
How
that?
you like to spend your free time.
Oh, how do I like to spend my free time?
Well, you want to find someone that you have like the same free
Yeah,
time
it'd be-
schedule with, like.
Yeah, I just, since I don't go to these types of venues, like I don't think I
Yeah,
would.
if it's like hobby bar hopping, if it's like they've got like a friend's birthday and they're going out and seeing their friends, I wouldn't mind about that. But if there's somebody who's like a rampant bar or club goer, then yeah, you wouldn't want to date somebody like that. It's constantly in the belly of the beast.
But yeah, so I just don't think I see myself dating a girl who even goes out to bars and clubs and parties really to begin with. But like Jake said, if it's occasional thing, I don't think I would really mind. But like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, every single day of the week, yeah, that's probably a problem. So, yeah. But fair proposition, we have to stop flirting. We have to stop initiating. You guys got to stop going to environments where you can anticipate you're going to get this kind of male attention. Fair? Fair proposition.
Isn't that technically everywhere then?
Well,
Because
so, okay.
technically, I've been hit on in a grocery store.
I've actually got a no grocery store rule with.
Makes sense. You shouldn't let
So-
them go there.
So that's a fair. I suppose that's a fair argument. So I would not have a boundary like, oh, you're not allowed to go out in public ever. You're not allowed to go
No,
to the
of
grocery store.
course. But I mean,
But I do acknowledge that as a woman, you can be approached anywhere. It could be the grocery store. It could be you're just out and about, shopping, whatever. I wouldn't attempt to put any controls on that because that's just you moving about your day through life. The difference is, though, is the venues that you choose to go to. So, for example, while I acknowledge that men might approach you in a grocery store, it's far less common that at a party, club, or nightclub. Then add on to that the involvement of alcohol. Most people don't go to Trader Joe's to get turned up. Turned up? I'm sorry, I'm too
I
white.
know what you mean.
They don't go to Trader Joe's to get drunk. I don't think in the history of Trader Joe's a woman's ever been finger banged, like ever. But if you go to a nightclub or a bar, chicks begin, people are hooking up, making out, they're getting finger banged, they're fucking 30 minutes later. Okay? It happens. Look,
My bars are different.
Santa Barbara, UCSB, number one party school in the U.S. The amount I was never a big partier, never really a big drinker, but I went to parties here and there and stuff. The amount of fuckery that I saw, like people fucking within 30 minutes of meeting, like some people meeting right by the beach. Okay, boom. Meet at a party. Let's go fuck at the beach. 30 minutes later, let's go fuck in the bathroom, laundry room, whatever. I've seen it. I've seen people fucking in the middle of parties. And it wasn't a sex party. They just started fucking. It was like a normal college party, and they're getting finger blasted.
I think
You know
I
what I
missed
mean?
some things being in Europe.
Well, I've been to the Netherlands three
No.
times, and they have fraternities. They have hold on. They have fraternities in the Netherlands.
I know.
Fraternity sororities. I went to a fraternity party. Shit goes down in the Dutch frat parties.
And I've been to
I
one of those festivals as well. I've been to Lowlands Festival.
I know
in
it
Amsterdam.
happens a lot, but I want to agree
They're
with you
freaky.
to some extent. I think I have a friend, when we used to go out together and she wouldn't go home with a man, she would say, oh, my evening sucked and it really was disappointing. And I would be like, oh, but we had a great evening because we're just, having fun going out. So I think for those girls who really see partying as the way to be picked up and hook up with people and go to the beach in 30 minutes, yes, that's a thing. But I still go out with my best friends every now and then. But if guys approach me, I say, oh, I'm taken by.
Sure.
I'm just having fun with my friend. So I think, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, look, going back to this whole Trader Joe's example. So nightclubs, bars, parties, these are very, very specific social gathering type environments where there's an expectation as the woman going in, like there's a high likelihood that you're going to get approached. And so I just think when it comes to the respect of your partner, you just would opt to not go to these
But
types
I
of
really like live
environments.
music. And I often go to bars with live music. And you don't have that in your home.
Do you like live music more than your boyfriend?
No, but my boyfriend is fine with that, and I don't pick up guys when I'm in a bar.
Yeah, I mean, look, if he has no issues with it, and you're certainly free to do it, I just think it's a perfectly reasonable standard and boundary for men to have, especially men who are relationship minded. Look, a guy who just wants to fuck you probably doesn't give a fuck. So a guy who cares about you, who wants you to be safe, who doesn't want to see, because how many times do we see stories of like, some guy's going to grab your ass, or, you get, something gets dropped in your drink. Like, guys view the world through like a sort of a bit of a different lens sometimes, and we're like looking at it from like a security safety perspective. And we don't want our girlfriend to be put in a potentially vulnerable situation where, not her fault, but we can't control for what some drunk douchebag's going to do. Who knows? There could be some safety concern, and we don't want to be in a position where your safety is at risk. And if, like, as women, you want men to be protectors, like, this is within the purview of us trying to like look out for you
If
and
you
your
say
safety.
it like that, it's really nice. Yeah. But I mean, I luckily haven't been in moments that I'm in a bar and people do things that I don't feel safe with.
Well, I don't know if Santa Barbara's different. And it's weird because Santa Barbara's like a really nice area, high cost of living, relatively safe. But like every single time when I, again, never was a big partier, but I'd occasionally like go out with a friend too, and I would maybe have one drink at a bar or nightclub or whatever. Certainly when I was younger, I haven't been out in years. But when I was a bit younger, I did. Every single time I went out, there was always violence, always saw a fight, always saw something going on. Now, this is typically more so a concern as a man, because some random guy's not going to start a fight with you. But when it comes to safety concerns, security concerns, every single time I've been out, there's always tension. There's always violence in the air. I always see a fight. Somebody gets knocked out, brain damage, injury, paramedics, firefighters, police, every single time I've been out. I've never not gone out and not seen something go down. Every single time.
True. But I go to rock and metal bars, and there it happens less. I guess.
I suppose.
Yeah, I don't know.
What kind of bars?
Rock and metal,
Okay.
like music.
They're all like mosh pitting and stuff like that?
Yeah, they're all like big friendly bears. They're just very cozy people.
Also,
What about the house music? Do you go to the house music in
Yeah,
Holland?
but I don't really go there.
Europeans love those parties. Yeah.
And that's where a lot
They're
more
more-
of the
yeah. There's a lot of just like sex, drugs, and rock and roll happening in those places.
yeah.
Yeah.
the other thing is, well, you might say, okay, well, go with your girlfriend. But like that is, I think that's a terrible idea. And I don't know, Jake, maybe you've had experiences like this. Like, if you're with the wrong girl, like, and she's been drinking, she's gonna get you into a fight, potentially.
That's how the fights normally start. Yeah.
It's a big cause of it. And like the thing is if like some drunk guy is like hassling you, you're gonna like look to your boyfriend to intervene on your behalf. And then there's been so many instances of, it's not always the girl's fault, but like sometimes the girl will be intoxicated, like mouth off to some dude, and then that dude gets aggro, and he's not going to target the girl, he's going to target the guy that she's with. And then it could break out into a fight, he's going to get sparked, and then your boyfriend's going to get knocked out, and then you're going to dump him because you can't see your boyfriend in a vulnerable position. Your boyfriend got knocked out, you're going to dump him within 3 weeks, and then he has brain damage. So guys, don't go out with your girlfriend to bars and clubs, because it's just not good.
But is it really like that here? Like it's
Welcome to America.
Yeah.
Welcome
we were
to
supposed to go out, but I'm kind of scared now, honestly.
It's a very different scene in America than it is in Europe, for sure.
So there's always fights. You can basically count
I
on it.
can't say I've been out in America too many times, but you can tell by the atmosphere and everything. It's a lot more violent. England is terrible. England's terrible, yeah. But places like Holland and Germany, they genuinely tend to really go out for music, and they have a better relationship with alcohol and drug. They take a lot of drugs, though, over there.
Right.
In any case, look, I think going back to the original thing, though, I think if you guys don't want to give up bars, clubs, partying, keeping your Instagram public, posting revealing stuff, maybe it's fair for the guys to keep their Tinder, Hinge, Bumble, Christian Mingle, Farmers Only, Grinder even, and keep it on. We won't send a message, but we will accrue. We will continue to accrue matches, and maybe some of the girls message us first, and we just keep accruing it. But we won't message any of them. We won't respond until we take a break.
That's not my husband then.
Yeah, no.
That's
That
not.
doesn't make
But
any
but so okay. What? That's not your husband. But then, what if the guy turns around and says, "Well, you post revealing photos on Instagram. You're not wifey material."
That's fine. It's not.
you're fine with
that's
that?
not my soulmate.
So your soulmate has to accept you going to raves and parties and bars and clubs and posting revealing photos.
Well, if
on
they go
Instagram.
with me,
What if they don't?
well, then we probably wouldn't be together. Or I would just, I mean, I like to stay at home if I don't go to a festival, so. They have to
See, this
have
is
the
a
same hobbies as
cyclical
me.
thing. You said before that you have high standards, right? So
Yeah.
high standards would suggest that you're looking for a pretty capable guy, good looking, he's probably tall, and these sorts of guys have a lot of options. And they just won't put up with this. So it's this cyclical thing that girls enter into and they say, I need this, and I've got this laundry list of things that I need, but I'm not willing to take these photos down. I'm not willing to compromise with you at all. And then the guys that you will attract, if you do those things, you won't respect.
I'd be willing to compromise if they were the right person for me.
He just said that, and you said that you wouldn't take the photos down and you
I
wouldn't
didn't
stop.
say that.
Isn't that just what happened? Did I hear wrong? You
I'm-
said that
He
we
said
would.
about going
You said
out.
your soulmate
Going
would,
out.
would.
I think she would take photos down. Is that what you're saying?
I said I would make a compromise. Like
What's
I don't
the compromise?
think. Well, it would depend on the photos.
Here's the compromise.
Like, okay, there's a difference.
Here's the compromise. Okay, role play here. Hi, I'm your boyfriend. It's good to meet you. Okay, you need to make your Instagram private, and you got to take all this shit down. No, you
All
can
of it?
archive. Maybe archive.
Okay.
Is
No,
that,
no.
There's a compromise. You can archive.
No,
it.
archive suggests that we're going to break up.
That's a fair point. You know what? You're allowed to have a MySpace account.
But I have to
What's
choose your top.
MySpace?
I have to choose your top friends and your favorite song.
You don't know what MySpace is?
Wasn't that like?
That's a bit before your time,
yeah, it's
huh?
older.
Gen Z.
Yeah.
Damn, you know what's crazy? Gen Z thinks that like looks at MySpace the same way that we look at like a rotary phone. That's crazy.
Was MySpace like
My-
pre-Facebook, or was that before?
Yeah,
It
that
was-
was.
it was
I remember,
like a
I remember
year or
the
two.
exact time when Facebook started to take over MySpace, and I was like, but I can't have top friends in Facebook. you
Massive
know?
bummer.
Anyways,
Anyways, damn, we're boomers over here.
MySpace was the best.